Nice. Oh.
Hi, Miss McHenry.
Hi, Daisy.
My link sister. Thank you so very, very much for that wonderful and informative presentation today. I, as the Chief Executive Officer of the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio, I have been approached on more than one occasion that I need to talk with you, that there is a normal fit, a natural fit, and that it's a win-win situation in terms of ShoreBank and the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio. Now, without looking in my books, and by the way, you said something about selling. Everybody can buy cookies if they want. That would be a nice investment as well. You can certainly do that.
I know that was coming.
People have to buy more, buy cookies.
There you go.
But I'm just wondering, without really looking at the books or really knowing the Girl Scout situation, what might that reciprocal win-win look like?
Yeah. Thank you, Daisy. Great question. You know, we have a lot of nonprofit depositors, and we actually have a whole unit dedicated to that within our bank. The idea is that we want to try to help nonprofits make the best use of their resources. So, for example, we might put you into an account where your dollars could stay in an interest-bearing area until you really needed them to spend, you know, to cover your operations, so that money would automatically sweep over. Do other banks offer that? Sure they do. The difference is, you know, with the dollars that you put on deposit with us, those dollars are getting recirculated right back here in this local community to support some of the neighborhoods where some of your kids are coming out. I happen to, of course, I know you well, so I know you've got a passion for that troop in Central, right? So when you put money on deposit at ShoreBank, you know, that's the kind of neighborhoods that we'll be using that to fund our work in. And I think that's probably why people are sending you our way. Beyond that, you know, entrepreneurship is something that we focus on. So, and I know that that's a direction that the Girl Scouts is going to. You know, might there be some volunteer opportunities? Probably so. We could talk about that. But great question. Thanks.
This is a follow-up to an earlier question as to how you overcome problem loans. Take a hypothetical. 10 years ago, the bank made a residential loan to a fellow who was working at Ford or General Motors, whose wife was working as a nurse's aide. Now, 10 years later, the value of his house is down 25–30%. He lost his job thanks to the recent recession. She's still working. They can't make their mortgage payment. As a very practical matter, how does the bank work with that kind of situation, or can't you?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's tough. It's clearly tough. You know, the source of repayment for a loan, I mean, you usually want at least two, right? You want the income from your normal work or day-to-day life, and then you want the value of the property. So when both of those things go south, it becomes very difficult. I will say that we have worked to try to restructure certain mortgages so that there's a way actually where you can figure out what can that family pay. It's not painless, but there's a way for us to say, okay, then that's how big that mortgage needs to be, and the rest we got to write off, you know, which is not great for the bank, but it's better than writing off the whole thing, right? And it's better than having an empty property where I know around here it takes a couple years sometimes to get your hands cleanly on a property to try to go about selling it. So we try to get creative in those ways. You know, our lenders try to stay on top of government assistance that's available. I think there's something called the HAMP program. I know just enough to be dangerous about this, but there's a program out at FHA that's designed to do just what I talked about, to allow you to try to restructure in a way that keeps a family in a home and lets the bank recover something. But no, we can't solve everything, but we really try hard. Vic.
Stephanie, in the interest of full disclosure, I must admit I'm your most ardent admirer. But two questions. One is, what's your percentage of turndowns of applicants for loans? And secondly, is there anything more that the city of Cleveland can do to make your job much easier and more successful?
Wow. To look at my lender turndown rates, I don't know. You know, we do adhere to strict underwriting. I mean, either the numbers work or they don't. So depending on the week, I mean, after this talk, who knows, we may get a few applications in, people that understand or think they understand kind of what we're looking for. I don't think it's that much higher or lower than any other bank, to be honest. People tend to find their way to us over time. So, you might have a rehabber that we've done a loan with in the past, and he tells his rehabber buddy, hey, that bank over there, this is the kind of structure you can get there, and this is what they're looking for. So over time, the quality of our deals of the applicants rather, has gone up. So that's one thing I'd say about that. What could the city do? Well, I mean, I think that there are some positive things going on, and I'll speak more broadly than just sort of the city of Cleveland. For example, the land bank that's now in place that allows people in the neighborhood to deal with vacant properties in a responsible way and take down, some of the housing that doesn't need to be there because the population won't support it, and it's really a neighborhood blight. So to continue to be a partner in looking at what's holistically good for neighborhoods in whatever way they can is always helpful for us. That's the closest thing I can think of is what the city could do today. I'll think about it some more, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today at the City Club, we have been listening to a Friday Forum featuring Stephanie McHenry, President of ShoreBank Cleveland. Thank you, Ms. McHenry. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This forum is now adjourned.